recipe coming up, but first, Adam's natural peanut butter is 100% natural, just roasted peanuts and a dash of salt, no added sugar or preservatives. So today's audience will get a selection of crunchy and creamy peanut butters. And we're going to drop this prize pack and includes a smoothie blender, fitness apparel, and a Fitbit. It's good peanut butter for you. Now, Shoana showed us outdoor rugs. Now she's in the kitchen cooking. But I love this. I love that we can show the multi-dimensionalness of our guest experts because you're more than a rug lady.
Yes, I do
You're
more
a
than
chef.
rugs. Yes.
You're a chef. Well,
Yeah.
you like to cook at home, and you're really, really organized about your cooking, which I don't think any of us are surprised about.
Gasp, what?
What? So this is, please explain how everything begins in your house.
Okay, so viewers, I know there's a lot of you out there, because I still get stopped on the street, may know that I have a binder system for my life in general, but for my recipes. So every time I print off a recipe, whatever kind it is, or find one in a magazine, I rip it out. I literally put it in a binder, and I have a lot of them. So this one, because I'm making a pasta dish today, is my pasta binder.
Oh, that's just pasta.
It's just pasta.
Okay, then.
And so the key to this dish, what I'm making is penne with shrimp, feta, asparagus, and snow peas, like spring vegetables.
Yes.
I didn't invent this recipe, and I wish I could credit who it did. I've just been making it forever, so I actually don't know where it came from.
It's really, you've perfected it, because I snuck a little bit. It tastes
good. Yeah, you did. I do tweak it, so I don't create recipes, but I do make them my own once I find them.
Yeah.
So the key to this recipe is everything will be cooked in one pot. It is a one-pot meal. That's how I roll. I love as little dishes as possible.
Yeah.
Hello. And as fresh as possible. Like, that's how I cook, and I make dinner from scratch every single night. So
oh
this
my
is,
gosh.
This
Can
is
we get
really,
married?
I think we're gonna have to discuss that with our husbands. But so I've made this pasta for friends, family, everybody loves it, so that's why I thought it would be a good one to share.
Nice.
Okay, so we've got our pasta pot going and our pasta is in.
Yeah.
Now the key to this recipe, because everything's going to be cooked in this one pot, is timing. So this pasta takes 13 minutes to cook.
Okay.
Total.
Yeah.
So I put the pasta in. At one point, I also have to add the asparagus and I have to add the snow peas. Oh, did you hear the timer? That's 8 minutes.
What are we late for?
Because at first, I set the timer for 8 minutes.
Okay.
Now, I'm going to add the asparagus.
Because it's 8 minutes in, so it's asparagus time.
It's 8 minutes in, so the
We're very
asparagus time.
organized.
Totally. These are asparagus that are cut in about 1-inch strips. I don't measure a lot.
Okay.
And
You
I don't. No, believe it or not, I really don't.
Okay.
I start with the recipe the first time.
Yeah.
Now, the pasta's cooked for 8 minutes. Now the asparagus cooks for 3, okay?
Okay.
So we add
Set our
3
timer.
minutes.
Got it.
While that's cooking, a
Yeah.
tip about the asparagus is a lot of people aren't big on asparagus because it gets really mushy when they cook it. Unfortunately, that's because you're overcooking it. And it's woody or woody. And that's because you're not supposed to eat at the ends. Like, you don't cut off just a tiny little piece. If you're not sure where to cut on an asparagus, bend it and it will snap at its weakest point. So this end is woody and doesn't taste good, and this is what you want to eat with.
And my husband would say, you're going to waste all that
Oh my
asparagus?
gosh! Oh my gosh! I said that totally. said that. We were talking backstage. My mom also would not like this.
Yeah.
But this doesn't taste good. This is. They're just giving you more than what you should.
Got
if you
it.
want, the grocery stores can start selling them like this, and that might make you feel better.
Yeah.
But
Okay.
really, that's the way it is. So that's your tip.
All right.
So this is in for the 3 minutes. So when by the time the asparagus is done cooking.
Yes.
We're now 8 plus 3 is 11. So
Yes.
we're 11 minutes into cooking.
Okay.
This. So the penne is continuing to cook in the pot.
Okay.
I don't want this to be like too much when it comes to math, okay?
It's really just to keep you...
It is.
They're like, what? Is
I know,
it a
I know.
little much?
When you'll see the recipe online, it'll make more sense.
It's actually to keep you, for those who maybe aren't that great in the kitchen like me, it's kind of nice to have guidelines.
Yeah.
So you know exactly what's happening in terms of the timing.
It is, and you're not going to overcook it. And I set the timer for each individual one, because when I have guests, I don't want to have to pay attention to what I'm cooking.
Yeah.
When it goes off, I turn around and I throw in the asparagus. And when it goes off again, I turn
Okay.
around, might have a sip of lemonade. So
Yeah.
for the sake of time, the next one, when the timer would go off now, we're just going to toss them in now, we'd put in snow peas.
Okay.
So snow peas are the flat ones. Those are the ones that don't have the big peas in the middle, in
Yeah.
case you don't know. All I did was basically cut them in half, and it's a bag of them pre-washed.
Okay.
Okay?
Easy.
So those go in.
We pretended that the timer went off.
Yeah, we pretended the timer
And I
went
had a
off for
small
sake of
heart
time.
attack every time the timer goes off. Like, ah, put the snow peas in.
Yeah.
Okay, do we pretend it goes off again?
No, at the same time as the shrimp, the snow peas, we're putting the shrimp in. And the
Okay.
shrimp are deveined and no tails. I do not want to pick tails off.
Oh, me neither.
When
What a
I
pain,
am
huh?
eating my dish, I just don't want to do that.
Yeah.
So this is going to cook for 2 minutes. So then it will be total of 13 minutes. So by the time everything's cooked, the pasta will be done perfectly.
Yeah.
This will be done perfectly. Then when this is done, I'm going to bring this big bowl over.
Okay.
What we're going to do in it is we want to save a half a cup of the pasta water.
Yeah.
Because that's actually part, you've probably seen this in the show before.
Yeah.
That's going to be an ingredient.
Okay.
While that's finishing up. I like I said, don't like to measure. You know these tubs of feta cheese?
Yeah.
Half. Just cut that block in half.
Yeah.
And you want to crumble it.
Yeah.
Okay, and I put this in that, I would do this in the pot normally, but we're not going to do that because we don't have water. Okay,
Yeah.
I'm going to out myself on national TV. I don't use fresh garlic.
That's okay, actually.
I use
Whatever you used is working with
Yep.
that recipe.
I
It's
use
good.
the jarred garlic. I love it. My husband's sensitive to garlic, and when I use this, it doesn't bug him.
Oh,
So that's, we
nice.
do that. I'm
Okay.
going to put 3 tablespoons of olive oil,
Nice.
ish, you know, ballpark. There's
the
our
timer's
timer.
going off. What do we need to do?
Timer. We're putting a package
Do
of
something.
a package of basil.
Okay.
Okay, just cut into little pieces. I use the whole pack.
Nice.
I don't measure that
no
as well.
waste.
And now we're going to, the shrimp is looking good actually.
So you drain it all
All we're doing is drain it.
together?
You can see inside we've got the shrimp and the pasta and the asparagus and the peas. And all I'm going to do is pour that in there.
And look at how much you made too. I
Well,
love a big bowl like
can
that.
I tell you that this is amazing the next day? It's like a pasta salad.
Yeah. Beautiful. Give it up
Yep.
for Shoana. You did great. So cityline.ca
Yeah.
for the recipe. I think someone needs to taste this.
Give it a taste.
Okay, you saw the specifications. You saw how much work went into that. I want to see
I'm
how he
nervous.
feels about it. Go ahead. What does he say?
No. That is really good.
It's good,
Easy.
right?
Cooked perfectly. Cooked
perfectly.
See?
Yeah. Excellent.
The timer.
Yeah.
It works. Let's go to break. More coming up.